Hey guys, Joshua here with another Gundam Msia review, and today we're reviewing the Japanese version of the G3 Gundam. Take the top off our hanger here to get a little bit more light. This here is the Japanese version. This is the American version. The American version you could not buy separately. It only came with the gun parry. Whereas in Japan, a ground type GM came with the gun parry. You could also buy the ground type GM by itself. The American release only came with the shield and beam rifle, whereas the Japanese release comes with all kinds of goodies. Pretty much still standard armaments, but still lots of cool stuff. So you got the beam javelin, which has this nice grayish color to it. Two beam sabers with gray handles, so they match up perfectly there. Looks really nice. Closed fists, spare sword hand. Shield handle came with the other one. You also get the bazooka, which is nice. I like making them dual wield. I think that looks pretty cool. G3 Gundam. It's kind of got a shine to it that the American version doesn't, along with the panel lining. It doesn't also. Another big thing about most of the Japanese figures is they tend not to have insignias. So this one says Earth Federation Space Forces over here, whereas this one does not. The shields don't. One has an insignia and one doesn't. See, the Japanese version is much plainer. Articulation is pretty much the same, though. The shield can fit on the back. It has its handle here, which can be held and sometimes flops that way a little bit. Version 1s were the first releases, and the RX-78s were, basically the first of the version 1s, so they were probably the most simple. You get a 90-degree angle at the elbow, the hands turn 360 degrees. The arms sometimes fall off, which is, somewhat annoying. Part of that is these, they got these little pegs on here. You can see those on the ball joint, and in some ways those help, and in some ways they cause trouble. And so, in some ways it helps the arm stay in a position, and in other ways it just kind of goofs up the movement because it's not smooth, and so that's part of what makes the arms fall off. You can actually take a hobby knife or some sandpaper and just shave those off. But the arm, as long as it's not coming off, can go 360 degrees, has a decent range of motion. The head doesn't really have a ball joint, so it just is in there. Turns 360. Waist can turn 360 degrees. There's that arm feature again. But the one thing about the MSA is they go right back together, and it was great for battles damage. You're playing bazooka. Oh, my arm. Alright, beam saber. Loved it. Leg can go that far forwards, that far back, 90-degree knee joint, and a little bit of ball movement down below. Now again, the arm joints are pretty bad for the version 1s. It's a good figure. It's just that is kind of the catch. My recommendation, take those little pegs off, and it's going to stay on better. Not perfect, but better. One last feature to note, well, two actually, the thrusters do move, but they tend to get lost. Sometimes they're just going against the chest. They should be more out like this. I recommend gluing them in, just so they don't get lost, unless, you only display your collection. But even then. But the bazooka fits into that little hole right there, which is pretty cool. The American version came with the same mold, it just didn't come with a bazooka. Overall, the G3 is a pretty cool figure. Arm joints, yeah, but overall, it looks cool. I like the Japanese version more than the US version. It just kind of has a slightly different color to its gray. It's a little bit darker. The panel lining looks pretty nice. It's nice. It really is. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the review. Make sure to like, favorite, and subscribe, as I post a new video nearly every day. And please check out our eBay store. There's a link down below in the more info area, and we have all kinds of cool toys there, including Gundams. Catch you guys later.